in cars up to Dublin Airport when they should be able to access flights from Shannon and Cork and Kerry.
Oh, and that seems logical.
This is what I'm talking about. All these other bits of froth have got attached to an issue which is about the M50 and its capacity for serving Dublin Airport. The reality is the business won't go to Shannon. 3 routes went to Manchester instead this year. The airport, Aer Lingus have parked the St. Patrick and the St. Munchen in Manchester, basing them there. They could quite happily to base more aircraft there.
So the airlines you're saying don't want to go to Shannon, they don't want to go to Cork, they don't want to go to Kerry, they want to be in Dublin?
Business case, but it isn't competing with Dublin. Dublin is competing with Amsterdam and Brussels and Manchester.
It's
not competing with Shannon.
Alan's incorrect there. Shannon is actually competing directly with Dublin. This is part of the madness. On an island this small, we have Shannon Airport pitting competition directly against Dublin and Cork. What we need is joined-up thinking, a strategy based on an all-island policy in terms of aviation that promotes the west of Ireland. We shouldn't be the poor relation in the west of Ireland.
But Eoghan, you're saying they won't come.
Let me sum up what Shannon's problem is. It doesn't have a strong population base. The way it has a lot of traffic for a city of 170,000 and Galway close by. It doesn't have the 1 million people and 1.5 million that Dublin has. So its traffic is necessarily balanced towards inbound traffic, mainly from America, for 70% inbound, 30% outbound. Airlines don't make commercial decisions on that.
And that's
its disadvantage. It does
actually only 44% of the people who land in Dublin Airport live in Dublin. And interestingly, I have a press release here in front of me from Dublin Airport, from DAA, boasting about how there are 32 county airports, how 1 in 10 of their customers comes from Munster. Now, how does that make sense? How does it make sense from an environmental point of view or from a customer point of view?
You have 300 routes.
What we need is a government to actually promote these airports properly as part of a joined-up thinking. That's what's been missing all these years.
Is that not a fair point? If 1 in 10 of people going to Dublin Airport are coming from Munster, why not just put more flights in Cork?
They're going because of frequencies. They're going because of choice.
But increase the frequency in Cork.
They're going because there is no choice. People don't want to get in buses.
You will never get 300 routes coming from Shannon.
But you could get more, is what I think Paul's saying.
Of course we could get more.
And Shannon is working on that, and Cork is doing a little bit more on that. And
yes,
the government
isn't working on it.
Let me return to emissions, by the way. I've just come back from the IATA conference in Dubai. I would challenge anyone to find an industry more concerned about emissions than the aviation industry. They purchase fuel. They'd love to get hydrogen into aircraft. You can't do that safely. That'll solve the whole problem when it happens.
OK, what percentage of flights going out of Ireland are using sustainable fuel?
You can't get sustainable fuel. You cannot buy it. You actually
because it's too expensive. OK,
no, it's not because it's expensive. It's not available, and that's really important. If all the aviation fuel, sustainable aviation fuel,
but there is an EU plan. There is an EU plan to introduce sustainable fuels.
OK.